Tireka minga ikhupha ngamakray xingasi khweni no say he I would like to speak about our indigenous matters during this time. Uh, I do not succumb to any or want to be involved in any or indigenous activities held in this regard. I don't want to be part of any what would one identify as khoisan activities, because it's something very it's not transitional. It's very wrong. Because why I don't want to be involved in any activities that are involved that are more khoisan involved in that sense. It's it's full of what's this? It's full of imposture in that sense. It's full of things that are not incorrectly portrayed. It's involved with things that are preliminary, that are incorrect. We see people claiming to be indigent, but when you follow historically, people don't want to identify with so-called colorism. It's not a problem, but they should consider, if they know the truth of South African history in this regard, they should speak the truth as a whole, not on the basis of saying politically, because this is always canvassed by politicians. It's not canvassed by optimists. I mean, people who are more optimistic in that say. So, what I've realized as well, I see a lot of errors, to understand, in this regard. If you are going to acclimatize yourself with being a so-called colored, and not recognizing that hegemonic systems that were created in the past, especially speaking in terms of what we know as your so-called Bantu, your black hegemony, your so-called colored hegemony. These things were created by missionaries. These things were created and inspired by churches. I think these things were inspired by the government, because they were all in all by that time working hand in hand. If you think whatever that happened that never misplaced people in the past, what could have you think of what the situation would have erupted if it was not for that case? You understand? People whom they recognize as South Africans by nature, some of them you find that even if it's black or so-called colored in that sense, some of them, their forefathers don't come from South Africa. And indigenous blood that is from indigenous society, the indigenous blood that exists within this world, they are children who are controlled by the spirit, not khoisan. Khoisan is not controlled by the spirit. Khoisan is political. Khoisan is controlled by groups like your Griqua groups. It's controlled by people who were your slave-ridden, your slave-driven communities that were created by your British society in your past. They are not indigenous in whatsoever. They are pushing these political things. They want to be involved into activities that does not befit their nature. This is what is happening today with modern day South Africa, with these khoisan activities. I don't want to be involved in that. I want to be involved in D I want to be involved in indigenous matters of indigenous people. That is what I want to be involved. I'm involved in them, and I don't speak highly of them because I see wonders, I see results, I see whatever good results that they portray and things that they also give effective in that sense. We are not giving any effective recognition in what we have as khoisan, because khoisan is only primarily concentrated in a so-called colored hegemony, and it's giving a false intention and a false ideology that they are the ones. Not all of them. We're talking a certain percentage that are indigenous, not all of them. But nevertheless, we don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. But they're not going to achieve what they need to achieve, because that's why even they want to be involved in tribes and clans that they do not belong to at this point of time. Ngona he doma nota khega xa o sa di waraka ka he doma nota no ka xenga si khukua ayo